So Destiny Rising is kind of crazy. There are currently 20 exotics within this game. And some of them do come from Destiny 2. And, you know, they're things we all know and love, like Jotun, like, well, Queenbreakers, but they actually renamed it in this game, like Borealis. But interestingly, and something I think is really cool, 8 of the exotics in this game are completely unique to Destiny Rising. They're not from Destiny 1. They're not from Destiny 2. And I thought it would be fun to go through all of them and talk about whether or not they would actually be a good addition to Destiny 2. I think that would be pretty fun. I mean, this game took exotics from Destiny 2. Why can't Destiny 2 take exotics from this game? You know, I've recently earned all of them, so I thought it'd be fun to go through and break down these because if you aren't aware, if you don't play Destiny Rising, some things in this game are absolutely incredibly broken. So I thought that would be pretty fun to take a look at. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe. But let's just go ahead and jump into it. I just wanted to start with exotics on the characters that I play the most. So this is the Gallows machine gun. This is one of the 3 raid exotics. Yes, in exotics in Destiny Rising, every encounter has their own exotics, which is just insane. The Gallows are freaking awesome. Their first perk is called the Bossa Nova grenade. Inflicting damage, charges up and fires 2 homing void grenades. It also has a second perk, Polarized Rifling. This weapon gains or gradually gains range the longer you stay in combat until it reaches no damage fall off at all. And then it resets upon exiting combat. And then in this game, you can have like up to 3 exotic bonuses. Usually they're just like does more damage. Like it's very rare that they actually do something insane. So like this one triggers void grenades faster, grants it faster rate of fire, and makes the void explosives do more damage. But for the most part, this is just an exotic that does an insane amount of damage, like an absolutely absurd amount of damage. Nothing too crazy. You fire it, and occasionally big void grenades, you can see the void grenades being fired there, just get fired out, and they do as much as like 3 or 4 shots. So each just absolutely juicing your DPS over time. Nothing too fancy, but something that's pretty cool. And I would say this is like Destiny Rising's answer to Thunderlord. Like Thunderlord, absolutely brainless, super DPS strat for a long time, and I would say Gallows is kind of that. So should this come to Destiny 2? I mean, it's cooler than something like Nova Mortis from Destiny 1. Like if they wanted to do cooler themed, you know, Thunderlords for all of the elements or whatever. But honestly, just with this set of perks, not the coolest addition to Destiny. We can go ahead and take a look at Estela's other exotic that she can use, called the Furies 3. This thing is essentially Outbreak Prime and Divinity had a baby, kinda. So the main trait, Neural Currents. When firing repeatedly, this gun's firing rate can gradually increase to 540. It's usually a 390, so it gets way faster over time. War Machine Learning. Consecutive strikes will surround the target with criticality points. Hit these points to deal higher damage. So sort of like Divinity, you shoot an enemy, it makes a bubble, you shoot that, and it does crit damage. The catalyst for this one, damage from hitting criticality points increases by 18%. Repeatedly hitting crit points refunds ammo to the magazine. That's very Outbreak coded nowadays. Damage dealt by hitting crit points is increased by 33%. This thing is once again just a DPS machine. You can see I shoot over time. It creates this bubble. You shoot the bubble. It refunds ammo. You're doing an insane amount of damage, etc., etc. It is literally just Outbreak plus Divinity. It is very good. It has unlimited ammo because it's a primary, and I kind of would like to see this in Destiny 2. I think it would be kind of interesting and pretty broken, but I absolutely adore this exotic. I use it all the time. Really, we don't need it in Destiny 2, but I just think it is really freaking cool. Next, we'll switch over to Gwynn. She has the Concertos. These are dual-wield SMGs, or sidearms, excuse me. Yes, you dual-wield sidearms in this game. They have the perk Cadenza. Final blows grant Cadenza, which is a stacking buff on your character. Every stack you have increases your damage by 20%, and it stacks up to 4 times. So just by getting kills with these sidearms, you can do up to 80% more damage with them. Dying while you have these stacks clears all of them, so you have to stay alive. And then landing final blows while Cadenza is active fully reloads the weapon. Very cool. Just endless death machines. They are really, really fun. The absolute broken perk on this is Concertino. While Cadenza is active, swapping to your power weapon automatically refills its magazine, so automatically reloads it, and transfers up to 2 Cadenza stacks to it. That means your power weapon, in this case a shotgun, does up to 40% more damage and gets a free reload. And then the catalyst makes it do more damage, can deal more damage up close, and once again buffs it. Usually the catalysts are not really that cool. But if we go ahead and just spawn a couple enemies here, I can show you how this works. Where I get a couple kills here. Kill 1, kill 2. You can see I have Cadenza stacks over there on the left. I'll go ahead and get 4 stacks of Cadenza. And I'll go ahead and make this guy immortal, because we'll just blow right through him if I don't. So I have 4 Cadenza. I switch over, and now my shotgun does more damage for 10 seconds. So I can just shoot it until I run out of ammo. And then if I switch back to my sidearms and back, it automatically reloads my shotgun and buffs it by 40% for another 10 seconds. Absolutely broken. Some of the highest DPS rotations of the game happen because of these guys. They're very good for general slaying out as well. I think this sort of thing, obviously that buff 40% probably too high for Destiny 2. But something like this, where your primary weapons buff your heavy, they try to do stuff with like this with like Whirling Ovation, for instance. But I think this sort of mini game is so much fun and can work very well in a game like Destiny. So yes, I would love to see something like these in Destiny 2. The other thing that she has is called the Octant Riot Disperser. This is essentially if Izanagi's Burden was a shotgun. It looks absolutely freaking awesome. It's a Crux Lomar exotic as well. Salvo of Artillery. Hold down the reload button to enable a volley mode that fires all the remaining bullets at one time. Exactly what Izanagi's does, but this one holds 8 in the magazine instead of 4. So that's pretty cool. Deafening rumbles. Damage from this weapon's volley significantly increases based on the number of pellets shot. Once again, Izanagi's. The weapon's volleys now deal more damage. Damage ramps up as it's fired. And then each reload loads 2 rounds. So it gets dual loader as part of its catalyst as well. These things it's just insane. You can see I can just shoot the boss like a normal shotgun, whatever. But if I reload all the way up to 8 and I hold down my reload, I get a different hipfire reticle. You can see it kind of looks like a clock. And it just fires an uber mega shot. This thing is so much fun to use. It has some of the highest burst DPS in the entire game. And it is just, I mean, it feels so good to use, right? Like just charging up an epic mega shot. Very cool. We have this in Izanagi's, but sure, why not? I would love to see something like this in Destiny 2. I think that could be very, very fun. And just something that's a little bit silly, you know? So that's that exotic. Now we can move down to Wolf. He has a grenade launcher called the something, the Satialixni Smart Bomb. This is a grenade launcher. Very cool. If you guys don't know, all grenade launchers in this game shoot like mountaintop, like very straight. Airburst grenades, this weapon fires in a straight line. Projectiles will detonate when they are within close proximity of their targets. And then red giants holding the fire button will charge the grenade, increasing its blast radius and damage up to 50%. And radius up to 25%. This catalyst actually does do something very cool. When super energy is full, hold the reload button to consume 50% of your super energy and gain 5 super grenades. Super grenades deal higher damage and have a larger blast radius. And then it can also charge faster and do more damage. But I can kind of show you all of the different things that this exotic does. So it does just shoot like mountaintop, pretty fun. You can charge the grenades, so hold it down charge more powerful shots. So those do about 50% more damage if you are charging it. And then you can see I have my super. If I consume my super, hold reload, uses half of my super there. Like Aegir Scepter does that, I think. And then I do an insane amount of damage. The regular click does about twice as much damage. This does what, like 250% more damage, 230% more damage, something like that. So you can just absolutely juice your damage by not only charging it, but by using your super. This is cool because it essentially has 4 firing modes, right? Like it has normal left click, it has left click when you consume your super, it has regular charge, and then, you know, charge when you have your super. So a lot of versatility. You can use this in a lot of different ways. Pretty cool. I think something like that would actually be really cool in Destiny 2. We have a lot of exotic GLs. Things like Parasite, Prospector, Colony come to mind. But this is definitely like a very unique take on it. And this sort of thing being used for a weapon like Aegir's Scepter, like no one really uses that much. I think it could be pretty cool. And maybe you throw in some arc verbs on it as well. I think that could be a lot of fun. The next one will be on a tall. This will be the Old Perfect. This is a hand cannon. Very cool, very almost kind of like Malfeasance coated a little bit. It's got that huge knife on the front though, looks really cool. Its perk Tiger's Throw. This weapon fires scatter rounds, so it kind of shoots like a shotgun, like the new shotgun pistols. Dragon's Breath, successive hits will scorch the target and deal increased damage. That's pretty cool. And then the catalyst essentially gives it ignitions to the scorch stacks, which is also very cool. I don't really play at all, so I'm not sure what this is really gonna look like, but you can see does in fact fire just like the Photonutria Farah or whatever. Pretty cool, lots of damage numbers, and you can see burn over time. And then if I had the catalyst, eventually they would explode. But also when enemies are burning, they take more damage. You can see 249 up to 262. So kind of buffed like 5% per shot there, per pellet. I've heard this thing is very good in Crucible or Iron Bar or Shifting Gates. I have yet to use that myself. Yeah, I don't know. This doesn't really do anything too cool. Like, I guess at some point in Destiny 2, we are gonna probably have to get an exotic spread shot hand cannon. So something like this, where you're rewarded for hitting a lot of your pellets and it plays into Solar 3.0. Sure. I mean, that could work fine, I guess. I kind of wanted to do something maybe a little bit more unique, but you know what? Not the worst thing they could do. So sure, bring it to Destiny 2. I think that could be kind of cool. The next one is a sword on Yolder called the Partridge Sky. This has a perk called Arrows of Silver. Heavy attack, flings shrapnel, and sets the ground alight. Heavy attacks are stronger with full energy. And then Battle Cry, dealing damage with charge heavy attacks, grants 20% swing speed and 20% light attack damage for 4 seconds. And then the catalyst just make the different attacks do more damage. This one upgrades Battle Cry to its enhanced form. So I think that just makes you actually do more damage, I believe, as well. This sword's pretty cool. It's just Black Talon, though. Black Talon, but solar. It's like Black Talon and Dragon's Breath if they had a baby, where you can see it does buff my light attack here, where you can see this is me swinging before, and then I have Battle Cry. This is me swinging after. So I mean, it is noticeable how much it increases your light attack, which is pretty cool. But pretty much ranged attack that also scorches the ground and does damage over time. It looks really sick. Something like this might be cool in Destiny 2, but like I said, we already have Black Talon, which kind of does this, but a little worse. So, yeah, I mean, not the most important thing that something like that would come to Destiny 2. Next, we have Ningfei's exotic. The Mahamayuri. This is another raid exotic. This is from the first encounter. Crossbows in Destiny 2 in Destiny Rising work very differently than in Destiny 2. Crossbows in Destiny Rising are essentially heavy submachine guns. This thing fries in PvP, okay? Whether it's iron bar, whether it's shifting gates. This thing is disgusting. It kills enemies so fast. It's very fun to use as well. Its exotic perks, Tremurti, God, what's up with this? Fires a volley of 3 bolts. Sure, didn't even know that. Daharni's bolt. Hip-fired bolts over-penetrate targets. Bolts fired while aiming have significantly reduced speed and deal increased precision damage. And then just stuff where you do over-penetration damage and increased rate of fire. And long story short, this thing is absolutely busted in PvP. I haven't really used it that much in PvE, but we can try. Oh yeah, you can see it does fire a ton of... I've never noticed it fires 3 spread bullets, and I've used this thing quite a bit. That's why you read the perks, ladies and gentlemen. So you can see the DPS is... I mean, this is on a completely unleveled character, so it's not a really great representation, but essentially just like a heavy SMG. Very goated for PvP. And yeah, I think at some point something like this would actually unironically be very cool in Destiny 2. I mean, we do have the brand new crossbow system. They're fine. I don't think there's really a world where they're that good for PvP, but a rapid fire one would be kind of fun. I don't know, could be pretty fun. So that is all 8 exotics that are unique to Destiny Rising. I know this game hasn't, you know, not everyone's given it a chance. Not everyone's in love with it. I think it does a lot of really cool things. And I just think I would really love to see Bungie take inspiration from the success of this game and the positive feedback in this game and really implement some of that in Destiny 2. None of these exotics I think are like absolutely absurd, but they be kind of fun to see little references back and forth, I think. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Should any of these 8 exotics come to Destiny 2? Which one is your favorite? Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video and have a fantastic day. Love your faces. See ya.